increasing tensions, polarization, and failures of the international system. Unfortunately, over the last year, what we've witnessed, what we've seen, this analysis is only getting worse. The defining feature of today's international system, if you are to put in a single word, certainly is uncertainty. The existing balances are shifting, and the parameters that once defined international politics have grown unpredictable. Global governance structures are losing functionality. Institutions created to maintain global stability and fairness are struggling to keep up with the speed and complexity of crises. The deepening state of paralysis of global order continues to erode trust in international institutions. This pushes nations towards unilateralism, creating a crisis of legitimacy in the global order. A favored regional representation would restore both legitimacy and vitality of the system. A favored regional representation, therefore, it is essential for our war. We must recognize that new centers of power and influence are emerging and all hierarchies are being redefined. This transition, whether we define it as bipolar, multipolar, non-polar, multiplex, or polycentric, it doesn't matter, reflects an international order still searching for its balance. This should be understood not as a source of deepening confrontation, but as a basis for renewing multilateral cooperation and strengthening international institutions. Turkey is working hard to manifest this through diversified diplomacy and global engagement. Dear guests, friends, and esteemed participants, the second requisite for the way forward toward a stronger and functioning international order is regional ownership. Where multilateralism provides a framework, regionalism ensures the foundation. Crises do not arise in a vacuum. They usually emerge from regional contexts and must be resolved through regional responsibility and solutions. When regional actors foster genuine and real initiative, they generate trust, legitimacy, and continuity. Across our neighborhood, Turkey has turned this principle into practice. Guided by the more than political vision articulated by President Erdogan, Turkey has, from the very outset, undertaken intensive diplomatic efforts to stop genocide and uphold justice. We took the initiative to establish the OIC Arab Contact Group. The contact group's efforts have significantly contributed to raising international awareness on the situation in Gaza. It has also played a crucial role in reversing long-standing one-sided positions, paving the way for advancing the recognition of the State of Palestine. This stands as a concrete example of how regional powers can develop solutions to crises in their own region and mobilize the international system toward action. The meeting convened upon the initiative of President Erdogan in New York on September 23rd between President Trump and the leaders of 8 majority countries is also a case in point. This dialogue in New York laid the groundwork for the consensus reached in Sharm el-Sheikh, marking an important step in the collective pursuit of peace. Although the ceasefire agreement remains fragile due to Israel's continuing aggression, it nevertheless offers a crucial opportunity to end the humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza. We must ensure its full implementation. At the same time, the ceasefire is certainly not in itself. A just and lasting peace in the region can only be achieved through the realization of two-state solution. Therefore, in order to advance the momentum generated in Sharm el-Sheikh, we must make sure that Gaza is governed by Palestinians, the implementation of the process is carried out in a decisive manner with the the active participation of all developed parties as well as signatories. The legitimacy and sustainability of the process is ensured through international institutions. Ladies and gentlemen, another example of Turkey's critical contributions to regional and global peace and stability is our efforts to resolve the Russian-Ukraine war. As a country maintaining constructive dialogue with both sides, Turkey has successfully facilitated a return to the negotiating table through the Istanbul process. 3 rounds of talks produced tangible results, including prisoner exchanges and the re-establishment of direct dialogue between parties. We firmly believe that diplomacy remains the sole viable avenue toward a peaceful resolution in Ukraine. In this spirit, we reform our readiness to host a 4th round of talks and a possible leaders summit in Istanbul. Esteemed participants, against this backdrop, our actions grounded in multilateralism and regional ownership will continue to shape the parameters of our shared future. These are not merely guiding principles, but practical instruments to ensure stability, justice, and prosperity in an evolving international landscape. In the face of global challenges, strengthening regional and international cooperation and forging genuine partnership remain the only viable path. In this regard, Turkey will continue to uphold dialogue and diplomacy as the cornerstone of its foreign policy. We will continue to work with all partners who share our vision of a fairer, more balanced and more representative international order. With determination and responsibility, we will remain at the forefront of efforts to promote peace, stability and cooperation in our region and beyond. Thank you for your attention.